What's up, everyone? Tiger Stacker here. Welcome to the live stream. I've got a really awesome live stream for all of you. So, subsequently, I wanted to teach everyone here about the fact that we are all living through some really tough times, individually, nationally, globally. And I have told you a lot about my personal issue, which is my personal SHTF, which I'm very grateful for all of you for tolerating the sporadic content creation and releasing. But I've noticed that a lot of people in our community are having some things with their lives too, which is the purpose of this live stream. Not long ago, I did a similar one on Long Live Coins on his channel. And today I wanted to go in a different direction because my guest today has had things happen and he went in a direction that is really awesome. And I want all of you to get to know this. Okay. So as you all noticed, I've had to deal with some financial issues because of some sepsis in the past. And most recently, I've been fighting a year's worth of cancer, for which things have been happening. God has given me some miracles to help me fight with all this. And I want to thank you for all your prayers and everything. But here, we're going to not talk about me so much. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to my guest today. And this is going to be all about him. My guest today, my silver journey. Hey, MSJ, how you doing?
Hey, Tiger, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. I've always wanted to do some work with you because, guys, let me tell you, this guy has the best voice ever. I've always called him the silver guy with the golden voice. So, by all means, feel free to, as MSJ is telling us his story, I wanted to go ahead and have you all feel free to type in the chats. And the mods, please say hello to everyone. Sometimes I get a little distracted trying to control the computer and everything. So please make everyone feel welcome. If I miss any questions, please feel free to bring it to my attention. Please put them in caps because this is all about my silver journey and you. So pretty much, MSJ, we started our channels plus or minus about the same time.
Yeah, really, really close together. Yep.
Yeah. And you did some exceptional work and then later on decided to go further and show your face. You know, me personally, I'm a scaredy cat.
That's all right.
I'm afraid to show my face. Besides, I look better with stripes.
So, nothing wrong with that, as long as they're not prison stripes, right?
No. Believe it or not, I used to be a prison doctor for about 6 months.
Wow. Okay, cool.
That was not a fun job. Anyway, so our friend MSJ has a very interesting story. So let's start off with the basics. How long ago did you get into stacking? What got you into YouTube? And then we're going to go into what took you on this new path.
Well, the stacking itself, 2020, the end of 2022 was when I first started looking at coins. I was looking for something to do with my daughter. I really didn't care about stacking. We just started picking through pocket change and stuff, and ended up at Mr. Warren's shop because we wanted to go to a coin shop, and he was the closest one. And of course, he's the first one to bring up to me the thought of silver. And because we had bought some coins, and in change, he had given me some Ike dollars. And I didn't know the difference. I was like, well, these are cool. I'm going to go ahead and save these. And he's like, no, don't save those. Spend those. He said, if you want to save, then you need to save in silver. Don't save in that junk. Save in silver. And that's how the subject of silver started for me. And I've been going ever since. And it's been going quite strong. And right now it's making a massive difference with some stuff that I've got going on that we'll get to in a couple of minutes. But yeah, that's how I got started.
Cool. So it was actually Mr. Warren that got you started.
He got me started paying attention to the actual silver, yes. And I was sitting at work one day, pardon me. I was sitting at work one day after I had, I don't know, I'd picked up maybe 4 or 5 ounces over the course of, I think about 2 months or something like that. And I was like, I ought to start myself a video blog or vlog so I can keep up with what I'm doing, so I can have a history of what I'm doing. And so I decided to do it on YouTube. I didn't know anything about YouTube. All I know is it was a good way for free video storage. And so I bought, just some real cheap equipment, real cheap light, just some basic little things. And I had been watching Yankee and several of the other channels. And so I decided to go with a faceless channel. And so I was just sitting at work one day and I decided to record my first video. And needless to say, it has grown. I'm over 4,000 subs now. But it started off that day, and within an hour, I had already picked up a couple of subscribers. Pajama Stacking was actually my first subscriber, if I remember correctly. And it's just kept going from there. I never planned on getting any subscribers. It was supposed to be just a record for myself, and it's grown quite a bit from there. And so yeah, it's been an absolute blast. And gold, silver, platinum, palladium, I've dabbled in all of it, but of course my main focus has always been silver.
Understood. Yeah, I always enjoyed to see what your new pickups were. In fact, you helped me get a really cool pickup. Do you remember it?
From Mr. Warren. Yeah, that was the Star Trek pieces.
Yeah, it comes in a really cool package, lights up, takes up a lot of room in the safe for a 1 ounce coin, but it's really cool.
Yeah, it's a big box.
Oh yeah. So basically, then you went on to start doing your own channel. You did build pretty quickly.
Well, at first I went pretty gung ho, and I was doing 4 or 5 and even 6 videos a week for a while. I was pushing them out really hard, but the problem is I started to get burned out, so I had to slow it down. But yeah, I went really, really hard for the first bit of it. And it was just so exciting. Folks were leaving comments and feedback and stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah, especially when it does really well, it gives you a heck of an adrenaline rush.
A rush, that's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember my very first one that shot up, it went up to 3,000, and it talk about a high.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get something up that high again, but then like you, over time I got a little bit tied up, maybe a little burnt out, but a lot of which was me being a workaholic.
Yep.
That then led me to not being able to make and release content on a regular basis, which was not fun.
Well, I know you traveled a lot as well.
That's true. And with my type of work, a lot of ER doctors don't work close to where they live. That's more of a rarity. So there's a lot of driving, a lot of flying, a lot of time not being at home. Fortunately, I have a really awesome wife who tolerates all that. And at one point years ago, she looked at me because I had 4 employers at that time. And she said, "Why are you doing this to yourself?" I says, "Because I want to prove to you that I'm worthy of being married to you."
Oh, there you go.
Like a lot of guys, you value yourself based upon your ability to provide.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and then eventually, and I'm segueing into something here. Eventually, what about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I ended up getting septic, and that was one of 2 sepsises within a 6 to 9 month time frame.
Yeah, you had it rough, bud.
Yeah, I did, and I was told I was pretty close to death, and my wife was worried about me. I was kind of out of it. I couldn't even tell the nurses the correct phone number. I gave them the correct numbers, but in the wrong order. And
Oh
then
wow.
she got a hold of me, and then Frosty got a hold of me, and that whole thing. Then I got a second one a few months later after that, but it wasn't nearly as bad. Fortunately, I was grateful because I had saved silver,
Yep.
and it allowed me to pay the bills and that whole thing. And then about a year ago, my wife found an abnormality in my chest, which turned out to be breast cancer. Been fighting that for a year. So, um, once again, grateful that I had stacked hard for 5 years. But your story is similar yet different
Yeah.
because, where in my case, I had some good findings this year compared to last year. The MRI of the brain didn't have any new signs of metastasis. The PET CT scan didn't show any new signs of metastasis. And my one site of metastasis, which was my right hip, showed scar tissue from the radiation therapy. And then the blood test called Natera showed that my cancer cells that were floating in the bloodstream went from 23, which was the baseline per milliliter, to 0. And I laid there in bed, crying my eyes out, thanking God for giving me these miracles to allow me to fight, and stay with my wife and stay with all of you in the community. So
Amen, bro.
now that I've visited that again, let's go with your story and how that led to a new channel and a new interesting direction, which I find very, very enlightening.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a continuing battle. Any of y'all that watch my channel and my content, y'all know last October I had caught quite a cough, and I had it for 7 months. And about halfway through, I went to the doctor to have it, checked out and see if we could figure something out. And it didn't matter where I went, what doctor I went, what medicines I took. Nothing would slow it down. Nothing would calm it down. And eventually I just told myself, the heck with it. We're just going to let it do what it's going to do, and it's going to go away. That was at about the 3 or 4 month mark with the cough. When I got to nearly the 7 month, I was at work, and the coughing had gotten so bad that morning that I just told myself, and I told the boss, I said, I got to go. I got to go back to the doctor. We've got to figure this out. And it was so bad that about every 5 minutes I was having to go outside the store so that I can have a coughing fit and then come back in. So, I was absolutely no good at work. And y'all can see now that I've still got a bit of a cough, but this is actually a new cough. We'll get to that in a second. But on my way to the doctor's office, my cough had gotten so bad that I had to pull over. I pulled over into the parking lot of a gas station because I couldn't see the road. The cough had my eyes watering so bad, and everything just got kind of dangerous to drive. So the safest thing to do was pull over and do whatever coughing fit I was going to do. And when I pulled over, it started getting even worse. So there I am sitting in my car in the parking lot, and it got so bad I just started crying. And I'm 47 years old, and I'm not ashamed to admit I was sitting in the car crying because I couldn't stop coughing so bad. And sitting there in the car, man, I just cried out to God. I said, take it away. Take this cough away. Take this sickness away. It's been months and months. The doctors can't help it. Nobody can help it, but I know you can help it. If you take this cough away, you take this sickness away, I am yours. I don't care what you want me to do, what you tell me to do, I'll do it. Just take this away. And sitting there in the car, I heard him tell me, I hear you. And my coughing stopped right there in the car. My vision cleared up, and the congestion in my chest went away. And then again, I heard, I hear you. The most bewildering thing, most amazing thing in my life. And I've got 3 kids. God answered my prayer right there in the car. And I'm sitting there and I start laughing. And I say, really? Is that really all that it took? Is this really all it took to get your attention? And of course, now I understand that what it actually took was for me going to God and being honest with the words I was saying, meaning everything I was saying. And he answered my prayer. And so, of course, I'm gonna honor what I told him. I said, "Well, what's next? What do I do now? I mean, is this it? I mean, is this just the be all end all? What's next?" And I've been stacking, like I said, since 2023, or well, heavy since 2023, and I was upwards of a 700 ounce mark in silver. Nowhere near as much gold. It's over 3 ounces of gold, but I'd accumulated quite a lot over the last 3 years in terms of the kind of money that I can put away. And I started seeing myself like the only way I can say it is like seeing like visions in my mind while I'm sitting there in the car of me selling off my stack to pay off debt, pay off everything that I owe. And I see myself looking into a camera, or I see myself in a camera, and I keep hearing myself say, "From nothing to Christ." And I kept seeing that over and over again, me in a camera saying, "From nothing to Christ." And I see myself doing interviews with people, talking to them about their journeys from nothing to Christ, about giving their stories from nothing to Christ. And like I said, again, I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk to the doctor. So I'm driving on to the doctor. I'm still seeing the stuff in my head, selling off stuff to pay off all my debts, to quit my job, which I've been at for 13 years. And yes, I have now quit that job. I am no longer there. Everything to focus on what is now a new YouTube channel called From Nothing to Christ. And I'm going to be traveling wherever I need to give people a platform somewhere where they can tell their story and they can show everybody that you can go from nothing to Christ. You can go from darkness to light. There is always other people out there that want to hear those stories, that need to hear those stories. And I'm going to make it my life's mission to make sure they have somewhere to do it. Of course, like I said, from there, I decided I'm going to go ahead and go to the doctor. I get to the doctor and they send me for x-rays, and they found a slight amount of pneumonia in my lungs. Now, keep in mind, on my way to the doctor, after I left the parking lot, a slight amount of that cough came back. I mean, slight. I went from 80 to 100 cough drops a day, plus all the syrups and medicines and everything, down to 1, 2, maybe 3 cough drops a day. And within a couple of weeks, it was all completely gone. I went about 3.5 weeks without a cough. Everything was perfect. Everything was looking up. As of right now, all my credit cards are paid off. Everything I own is now paid off, except for my car, and I've got a building that I got to finish paying off. But I'm following with what I saw with my. The only thing I can call it is visions. And I'm following through with that. I'm paying everything off. I have quit the job. I have started the channel. We don't have much content up because anybody out there who knows good and evil knows when you're trying to do good, evil's trying to pull you away from it. And I have been, every time I set something up to do an interview with somebody, something bad happens, either to my health, which I've now got a cough again. I had someone, I'd give them a ride a couple of weeks ago, and they had bronchitis and didn't tell me. And so I caught their bronchitis. And now today we find out I have strep. Tomorrow, I was supposed to do my very first interview for the new channel tomorrow. And it now has to be rescheduled because I've got to go to the doctor for strep. Everything I keep doing. At church, they want me to tell my story at church. We're going to do men's ministry. The men's ministry gets canceled. I was supposed to do it this week. Now I've got strep. I can't go. It's got to get canceled again. Everything is fighting against me to do this, but I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep pushing. I don't care how bad the road gets. I'm going to tell everybody my story and give everybody, including anybody that's watching this, a place to tell your story. And I'm more than happy to talk to anybody about it. And you never know. Maybe even drive out, sit down, and we'll set up an interview. I do have an interview coming up. We're going to be going to New Hampshire next month, and hopefully I've got 2 or 3 interviews I'm going to be doing while I am up there. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's the main thing that's been going on, my friend. I actually had God himself answer my prayer. I don't care what anybody tells me. I was there. I heard it. I saw it. I felt it. And of course, now I've got the evil trying to pull me back, but I'm gonna keep fighting forward because I'm gonna do what God's asked me to do.
There will always be opposition from Lucifer. Always.
Absolutely, brother.
And we have a saying in the Orthodox Church. As I told many of you out there, I'm an Orthodox Christian, which was the very first form of Christianity that existed. And we have a saying in the Orthodox Church that Lucifer's demons hang on the outside of every church, waiting for everyone to leave the church so they can jump on them and start making them mess up. And there are thousands and thousands of examples I can give, but that's not the purpose of today's live stream. Today's live stream is your story. I just wanted to comment that, to fight the good fight, there's no backing down.
Yeah.
Because the enemy doesn't back down.
Absolutely not.
So, one of the things I wanted to do with all of you here in the chat is, if you want to make any sort of comment or question, please put it in there. Please put it in caps so I make sure that I get it. And, ask MSJ whatever, ask me whatever. I can tell you that I've talked to MSJ about having him interview me for his new channel. So,
yep. Hopefully on my way up to New Hampshire, we can make that happen.
Exactly. And those of you who are interested, that is the front page to his new channel, From Nothing to Christ. I put a link in the chat for all of you to go ahead and get in there. And please,
Thank you, Tiger.
You're welcome. Please subscribe. Okay. Now, some of you might not be Christians. That's fine. Our Lord gave us the opportunity of freedom of choice, freedom of will.
Yep.
We're not here to tell you that your beliefs are wrong. Okay. Some are seriously anti-Christian, and if you are, feel free to be respectful if you say anything. And if you are a believer in Jesus, feel free to do that too. Because we are living in very, very uncertain times. Not just financially, but geopolitically, other countries, war, and I've said this quite a few times over the last 5 years. Stacking gold and silver is important, but there is something else, something way more important. And that basically is preparing your soul for the ultimate stacker, Jesus, for him to stack your soul and put it in heaven with him, his Father, the Holy Spirit, and everyone that you love. So, I really want you all to go over to the new channel, From Nothing to Christ. Of course, if you're interested in stacking issues, you're still running your My Silver Journey channel, correct?
I am. Because the sickness had gotten so bad in March. I actually took the month of March off. And then in May, I was going to start filming again. And the cough had gotten so bad that I couldn't get any videos done. And then I end up with sickness after sickness after sickness. So I haven't put up much content. The new channel, I've got a few videos up. Of course, the introduction video to tell everybody, what it's about is up, and a few music videos that we've done so far. And of course, now the first interview is actually my pastor wants to be my first interview for the channel. So depending on how quick we can get the strep to go away, we're gonna get that video edited and uploaded soon. But I'm still doing the silver. I am actually still buying every week. Just not as much as I was. It's financially, my focus is for my calling, but I'm still going to keep stacking. And if it wasn't for the stacking, I wouldn't be able to do this. The stacking, my stack has given me the financial ability, the funds to finance the beginning of this new chapter of my life. And so there's no way I'll ever stop doing that, because it's given me this ability. And so, yeah, I'm absolutely going to keep doing that. I was with Mr. Warren all day yesterday. I'm going to see Bob. Well, I'm supposed to go Wednesday, but we'll see how the strep goes. But if there's anything anybody is looking for coin-wise out there, I'm still going to shops all the time. I do facilitate and try and help people get coins they're looking for. Like Tiger said, we found some really cool Star Trek stuff for him. But yeah, I'll still be putting stuff out as much as I can.
It's very important. I just happen to have it right here, dude.
Yeah, that's the one you got from Mr. Warren. Yep. It's been about 2 years now.
Probably.
Yeah, it's really close.
Yeah, probably. It was quite a time ago. Let me see if I can open this box up. I can tell you exactly when, because in case you all might not have noticed, I pretty much label everything.
Really? I didn't know that.
Where I get it from, how much it costs me, that type of stuff. So when did I get this?
Yeah, it opens up. It's got little lights in it and all kinds of stuff.
December 30th, 2023.
Yep.
$75.
And silver was a lot cheaper than that back then.
Oh, it was. It was
in the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
But those things at the time were selling for 100 plus. So he had a good price on it.
I did. I was very tickled with it. And, as I've told so many people so many times, because I'm having to pay bills through my stack,
yep.
I try to hold on to normal stacking, what I jokingly sometimes call the boring stuff. So that if I pass away before my wife, she has the ability to sell at a price that is a little easier for someone who doesn't follow my instructions on stacking and saving.
Yeah, because basic generics is a whole lot easier to move for someone who's not in the stacking mindset.
Exactly. So for me, that's more precious for her. So what is the wife, speaking about wives, what does the wife have to say about, for originally your first channel and now your second?
Well, actually, I am not married. I have not been married for, my daughter's getting ready to turn 21 and she was 3 when I got divorced. So nearly 20, I said 18 years. So yeah, I don't have any, all my children are grown. I do have grandchildren, but all my children are grown. And so I don't have anybody to ask permission to do anything. So I can go this full board, but my family's been very supportive. And actually my mother and I are going out to Noah's Ark on the 7th of next month. And we're going to be doing some filming for the new channel out there.
That'd be kind of cool. I've actually seen a little bit about that. It's kind of like a smaller version of the original.
No, they built it to scale. They used the instructions in the Bible. It's like 500 and some feet long. It's like 8 or 9 stories tall. It's enormous. It's full scale.
Oh wow! You might get
And
lost.
yeah, they say it takes all day to walk through it all. But they got their 10-year anniversary the 7th of next month, so we've booked to go in and be there for the 10th anniversary.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Will they let you post videos on it?
Well, I reached out to them about it, and they tell me that because there's lots of folks that have video from inside the Ark and from the museum and everything, but they tell me that they don't permit filming, basically for money. So I have to go through their media service. And, because I got to talk to them and let them know, I'm not looking to monetize the video or anything. I just like to, put the content out for people to see. So I'm waiting to get a reply on that. But yeah, there's lots of video footage out there for the Ark.
Well, that's cool. I'm going to interject for a second. 949 just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, 949. One of them actually is going to you, MSJ.
I see that. Yeah, appreciate it.
Christopher James, Coin Dude, North, Amp on West, and Macatina Chat. So I hope I said all those names correctly. Congratulations! Make sure you tell 949 a big thank you. And Stacking Surfer has been a member for 3 months at Tiger Cub level. So thank you very much for being with me that long. Actually, you've been here longer, but you joined 3 months ago. So now I find it interesting that Chris put in there about purchase gold and silver when I passed away, to give to my nephew when I passed away. He was the first person I started educating about silver with 1976 40% silver Ike of all things.
That's cool.
Actually, Chris, I actually do stack some 40%. I have a guardhouse box of 40% halves. I have a half a guard box full of 40% Ikes, because I actually think that when things go bad, you might want to be able to pay for things, and the 90% might leave you with some inability to go ahead and get change back in an SHTF world. So one of my goals is to fill that 40% box of Ikes. But
that's a good goal.
But then the other thing that I really want to keep hitting back on, the other stack, the ultimate stack, which is our souls, which is the reason I really was so happy when you started your new channel, and how important it is to prep everything, not just for finances, not just for food, but when our life comes to an end, that we are prepared to be stacked by Christ and be there with him, with the saints, with the angels, with God, the Holy Spirit. And in my case, I go and hang out with my dad.
There you go.
Yeah. Do you think they have bowling alleys up in heaven?
Probably.
That's what my dad used to do. Whenever I got myself in trouble and he wanted to give me fatherly advice, he'd take me to the bowling alley. Now that little guy, he was 5'6", 5'7", but he could really bowl. I was not good at it. So, but for me, hanging out with my dad would be like the ultimate cool thing as an ultimate present.
I'd imagine so. Yeah, I miss my dad. Something terrible.
I know. I've heard it in your voice quite a few times. So what is your children now? Since I didn't know you weren't married, what does your children say about your stacking and now your new channel?
Well, they paid attention as I was doing the stacking, but they didn't give it a whole lot of thought. My excuse me, my youngest daughter, she started out with the coins with me, and she's got a few silver pieces, but she didn't really stick with it. but they've always been supportive of it. They're always asking me about, new pieces that I've gotten, or asking me what I've given away, because I give away quite a bit of stuff. And all three of them are absolutely thrilled with the new channel and everything that's been going on. And actually, my youngest daughter, when I sat in the car, she was getting ready to move. My daughter just moved to Tennessee, and I hadn't told her yet what had happened in the car, and I guess she was kind of curious why I wasn't coughing anymore. And so we were sitting in the car at the airport, and I gave her the whole breakdown of everything that happened, and it's almost like a sense of wonder I saw. And yeah, so that was really emotional. And she talks to me quite often. We still communicate every couple of days. And of course, I miss her. She's moved out that far, but yeah, she was really thrilled with me starting all this. And my son is starting to. He's actually moved back in here recently, and I really like, while I'm doing all this, what it's doing with the interaction with my son, because he really needs some guidance, and so we're trying to do that for him. And he's actually come to church with us a few times here recently, and yeah, so everything's looking fantastic. The family's happy with it. Everybody's thrilled, and we're all just taking it one step at a time. We're just trying to do God's will.
Yeah, it's all one step at a time, because you never know, and it sounds like you're a good leader of the family. So congratulations on that.
It's always fun. You still get your aggravations. Nobody's perfect. And of course, with me catching bronchitis after all this, and now strep and all this, it's my first brain set was like, this God just took this away. Why would he let me get it again? But this isn't something that God did. This is the evil side trying to pull me away and make me doubt. So we're just gonna keep fighting and enjoy every step of it.
Let me ask you about your original pneumonia.
Yeah.
Your story, how long it took and everything. Was it a diagnosis called mycoplasma, otherwise known as walking pneumonia, or you don't know that?
Well, they didn't diagnose walking pneumonia. The first 5 or 6 months, in fact, from October until pollen season, my cough was very, very dry, non-productive at all. It was just a dry, itchy cough. And when pollen season hit, I just got allergies for the first time a year ago. So I've only had allergies for 2 years. And so when pollen season hit, all the allergies kicked in on top of the cough, and it turned into a productive cough. And they said that's when it most likely developed into pneumonia. So the pneumonia, I didn't have that for 6 or 7 months. I only had that for probably 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. So do you remember?
Thank you, Elle. Thank you so much.
So, so what antibiotic did they give you?
Oh, goodness. I might even still have no, I actually threw the bottles out the day before yesterday. I don't remember which one it was.
Okay.
It was in a box. It was in a white cardboard box, and I took it for 5 days.
Okay, azithromycin.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were probably thinking you had mycoplasma.
Yeah.
Because it responds pretty well to azithromycin, also known as Z-Pak, or Zithromax.
Yeah. Well, the cough was actually gone before the I could say 2, maybe 3 days after they diagnosed it, the cough was already gone. It was gone before I even finished the meds. And like I said, I went a little over 3 weeks without a single cough until somebody got in my car with bronchitis.
I will tell you on a personal note, just me being the type of doctor I am.
Yeah.
I like Zithromax and I don't.
Okay.
When we have someone admitted to the hospital, we give them 500 milligrams of Zithromax by vein once a day.
Okay.
And when it goes in the vein, it bypasses what we call first pass elimination. When you take a pill by mouth or take anything by mouth, including food, it goes into the gut. It goes into a set of veins called the portal veins, which goes from the intestines straight to the liver. And the liver has a chance to then metabolize it. We call that first pass elimination. And I've had a lot of failures personally with Zithromax by mouth.
Okay.
And I've told patients, I always give them a refill if I give Zithromax. So if this ever comes back, you might want to keep this in mind. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not as a doctor, just telling you what I've done as a doctor.
Yeah.
I'd give them 1 pack and 1 refill. And I'd tell them instead of taking 2 pills on the first day and then 4 pills for the next 4 days, which is half the dose.
Yep.
I'd tell them take 2 pills a day till it's all gone, get the refill, repeat. That way you get 500 milligrams. It may be a little bit less because of first pass elimination, but I've had less people come back with continuing symptoms. But that's the way I normally handle it. And normally when the pharmacy fights me or the insurance company fights me, I go to battle for the patient. So basically, that's the way I typically handle that. But not everyone shares my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my little pearls of wisdom.
Oh, and I'm going to be sending out a bunch of letters and stuff for stickers this week. So I did get my stickers in for the new channel. If anybody wants, just hit me an email, and I will be more than happy to send them out.
Okay. So those of you who are in the chat, feel free to contact them. You care to type in your email address, or do you want them to send it to My Silver Journey?
Well, it's mysilverjourney23@gmail.com, or you can send it to fromnothingtochrist@gmail.com.
So you guys got that? Little side note for those of you who want to get stickers from me, feel free to contact me also, but this is more about my friend over here. So, but MSJ, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind having a sticker put in with my pile of stickers.
Well, I'll hand you one in person when I come up to do an interview.
Oh yeah, I guess you kind of gave that one away, my friend.
Yeah.
There's a potential that I'm going to go to New Hampshire with you, and then again, there's a potential that I'm not, and you might just come to Charleston, and we'll do some projects down here. I'll even introduce you to Shavella.
I look forward to that. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, she's a scream, and her right arm person, Teresa, gives me a heck of a hard time. She enjoys it.
It's all in good fun.
It is. It is. So I've been scanning for questions. I don't see a whole lot of questions. I'm going to ask people in the chat because we're getting close to the end of the program. First of which is to, first of all, mods, if you will please put it in the chat for both From Nothing to Christ channel and for My Silver Journey. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd like to see him get up to monetization in his new channel. I want him to get the word out as much as possible. So, and the thing I want to really push about YouTube is there's been some really hard times with YouTube. They've been on the warpath.
Oh, yeah.
They have taken away a lot of subscribers. If they think you're doing anything AI, they determine if it's something within their rules or not. And if they don't like it, they'll take away your subscribers. They'll take away your views. They'll take away a lot of stuff. Okay. So Also, if you have subscribed to channels, you might want to double check because
Yep, make sure
a
you don't
lot
get
of
unsubscribed.
a lot of people see themselves as subscribed but don't get notifications. So you might want to do the following. You might want to unsubscribe for a split second and then resubscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment, that type of thing. That way, YouTube locks you in as a real subscriber instead of a bot. And then it should hopefully correct all the issues about non notification and that whole thing. So feel free to do that for as many of the channels as you want, especially the new one, From Nothing to Christ, My Silver Journey. And if you don't mind, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so. I will tell you that we, as content creators, work very hard to get good information out to all of you. A lot of people think it's just really easy. It's not. Some
No,
people
it's a
have to
lot of
have,
work.
yeah, it is. It takes a lot of work, and some people are faster at it than others. You know, um, I'm not the best with computers, so I do a lot of things manually, which takes out a lot of information. Um, I've got a new one coming up very soon with Rob Keens, another one with Jesse Day, another one with Hero Bullion. So I'm going to be trying to knock out some really great information for all of you. So please feel free to make sure you come and see that information. Now,
You got a busy schedule coming, brother.
it's tough. I'm not sure what's worse, being a workaholic or fighting the chemotherapy. But
Combination.
so right now I don't have the combination. I was a workaholic and then I'm not working. So, I'm dealing with the chemo. But,
Yep.
This guy works hard at his content. He has live streams on uh,
Wednesdays, yep, for the
when
Stacker's Corner.
Stacker's Corner. That's right. I forgot the name of it.
Yep, you do that every Wednesday at 8:30.
Gold and Silver Stack Attack, if I remember his YouTube channel correctly.
Yep, Silver and Gold Stack Attack, and we rotate between his channel and mine. This Wednesday will be on my channel.
Okay. So I want to thank you all for coming. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Well, first, Elle had put up my my links and wanted me to verify it, and I did. And there have been a few of y'all that popped over and subscribed, and I do thank y'all so much for that. Hopefully, we can get that first interview recorded this week up for everybody to see. But again, even if you just need somebody to tell your story to, even if you don't want to make it public, you just need to talk. I'm more than happy to. I'm really looking forward to talking to people and helping to give them that platform to use. But even if you just need somebody to talk to, I'm more than happy to. So you can always hit me up and in my email, and we'll make something happen.
Yeah, I appreciate that. By the way, thank you all for doing that. She's really an awesome mod. Actually, I have
Elle is fantastic.
So, anything else that we need to cover?
No, I think that's pretty much it for now. We are. I'm looking forward to sitting down and doing an interview with you in person. That's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll get the edit sent over to you as well, and you can post it on your channel too if you'd like. As soon as we get that done,
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
you're welcome, Mel. I appreciate you. I think we all appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone for coming to the channel. Make sure you, like I said, subscribe to My Silver Journey and From Nothing to Christ. And we'll see you all in the next one. Oh, by the way, tomorrow we're doing Stack Collector. Frosty and I are doing Stack Collector. We have an awesome guest, Daniel Diaz from Citizens for Sound Money. So feel free to stop on over. It'll be about 7 p.m. on my channel. So there you go. So nice to see you all. Night, everyone. Thanks, MSJ.
Hey, thank you for having me. Y'all take care and God bless.
Bye-bye.